What's up everyone, my name is RoyaleRebelle, and in this video I'm going to share 4 quality of life changes I would make to Dead by Daylight. Now I've shared and gotten some of these ideas from a video I posted to my TikTok, and rumor has it some of these features are already in the works, but I just wanted to make a fun video to share some of the ideas I had or that I saw that I think could give a boost to the experience in Dead by Daylight. And none of these ideas would make a drastic change to the state of the game. They're really just small ideas to make aspects of the game more convenient. So first off, my big one. I would add a feature that will allow players to auto pick through the blood web. This is a change that I feel like is pretty universally wanted. Like, we all know the blood web just takes an obnoxious amount of time to get through, especially if you play on console and have to use a controller. And if you're a player like me, you really don't care what items you get out of the blood web. Like, at this point, I just go through the blood web just to make sure I don't max out my blood points. So having a feature that allows you to opt in to automatically fill out your blood web would just be such a major time saver, especially because overall behavior is pretty generous with the blood points they give out. And even if you get to earrings on one side, it gets you a hefty amount of blood points once a month, which is a pretty frequent basis. This is a quality of life change that would just be a huge boost for the entire player base. Now, there is a rumor going around that the developers are working on this. I haven't seen anything, so I can't personally confirm or deny if this is true. So if anyone has a source verifying this, please feel free to leave a link to it in the comment section below. Next up, I would add an ability to make perks searchable. So I know by default perks are sorted in alphabetical order, but sometimes, especially if you're like me and you're loading into a match, you might not find the perk you're searching for in time. I've definitely been on stream and loaded in with a half-baked build because I thought I had time to search for a perk while loading in. I think this would also be super useful for players who are trying out new perks and builds. If it's not a perk you're used to seeing, you probably don't know what the icon is, so to be able to just type in the name would be really convenient when trying out new perks. Along similar lines, I would either add the ability to sort characters any way you want, or the ability to favorite characters. That way, if you're someone with multiple mains, or if you want to tag whatever character is being featured in the rift, it makes them easier to find. As it is right now, I think the characters are sorted in the order in which they were released. So if you're trying to find an older character and they're just getting lost in a sea of portraits, that can be a little frustrating. And this feature I just think would simplify the process of picking characters in the event that you do change it up. Finally, I would add a refund system for items in the blood web. We all have those items or offerings that we just have no intention of ever using because they're just plain useless to us. Personally, I never touch green keys, and I don't really care for the offerings that spawn hatch or show you the basement hooks in the beginning of the trial. And I don't imagine if Behavior were to implement a system like this that they would give us a full refund of items that we've picked out in the blood web, but I think even a partial refund is better than having items you don't want to use. I think this also has the potential to give Behavior a data point on what items are unpopular among the player base to kind of flag their attention. Most people I know think green keys are absolutely useless, and that is opinion I share as well. And maybe seeing so many people refund green keys could signal to the developers they no longer fit in the game and need to be reworked to entice players to use them. But even if they didn't do that, there are just some items it would be better to get blood points out of than to leave them sitting in our inventory. But those are some quality of life changes I would add to the game. What are some that you would add? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so I can bring you more Dead by Daylight content.